Hey everybody! I just launched my brand new course called How to Start and Grow Your Online Hair Extension Business. Check out the link below to get started. Hey ladies, this is Brianna, and in this tutorial, I will show you exactly how I achieved these floor-length box braids on my own hair. Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. I really braided these braids all the way down to the flow. Subscribe right now if you want to see more creative hair tutorials so that you can do them on yourself for free. My YouTube dream is to get my channel to 500,000 subscribers, and now that I have 420,000, we are almost there. Click that subscribe button so we can slay these ombre box braids. To achieve these floor-length box braids, you actually don't need to use a lot of products. Surprisingly, you only need a few items. You're gonna need a crochet hook and a rat tail comb, a hairbrush, some edge control, duck bill clips, a wide tooth comb, a disc holder. So for example, I already braided up some of my braids to show you how your braids should look before installing. And because these braids are extremely long, most of the braids on my scalp are actually crocheted in. So I'm gonna show you how I do that technique. So to begin, here is how the braids look up close at the top. And as you can see, there's a tiny loop at the top so that the braids can be undetectable. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to pre-braid your braids to achieve this look. So the first thing we need to do is to grab our pack of hair and remove the rubber band. You are going to do what's called the feathering technique so that the ends can come to a very slight taper, because as you can see, they're very blunt at the ends. In order to taper the ends, you're gonna hold the hair with one hand and use your other hand to slightly pull randomly on the ends of the hair. This is going to break up the bluntness and sharpness so that your braids can come to more of a finer point. And then what you want to do is wrap it around one hand so that you can keep all the hairs intact as you are running your fingers through. Because when you feather, you have to clear out the little bit of tangling you caused by pulling on random hairs. So now it's time to cut off those loose ends. All you need to do is lightly trim at a downward angle so that it's a lot more neat. And this is exactly how it should look before you begin braiding. Now what I'm going to do is show you with a disc holder how to create your own handmade crochet braids. You're gonna make sure to grab two pieces of hair. Now the first section you're going to grab is going to be the section for your box braid. So make sure it's a medium-sized amount of hair. The second section you're gonna grab is to actually extend the braid. It's important that this piece is a lot smaller than the initial piece. Now just grab your hair and tie it in a knot to preserve it for later. This is the bigger piece, and then in my other hand is the smaller piece. Now what you're gonna do at this point is tie that smaller section into a knot, because this is the section you're going to use to extend your box braid. Now this is the hair you're going to use to actually box braid your hair. So divide this hair into 1/3 and 2/3. Grab that smaller piece, which is the third, to wrap around this bigger piece that you see here, because this forms 3 equal legs to your box braid. Now lower your hair around your disc holder so that we can begin braiding this crochet box braid. Rotating one leg over the other is exactly how you do it. Now there's a little small knot you see there from where your legs join. You're just gonna pull on that leg that's in the middle to hide it, so that way these crochet braids are seamless at the scalp. Now you just continue rotating one leg over the other as you see here. And if you're not sure how to box braid, the best thing that's going to teach you how is by watching and practicing. So go ahead and get some hair and actually do this with me so that you know exactly how to create your own box braid. So now use a duck bill clip to hold that hair there. And I'm going to slowly remove the hair off the disc holder, and I'm going to use a duck bill clip to put around the ring of the hair, just to keep the hairs intact so that I can crochet it a lot easier. Now with that smaller piece, you actually divide it into 3 sections. Make sure all 3 sections are equal. Now remove your duck bill clip so you can add your sections of hair. I always like to add the hair in the middle so that the longest leg is in the middle first, just preference. And then you just braid a couple of times to get it integrated to free the other hand. When you free the other hand, you're going to do the same thing, but make sure that you're paying attention to where the short end of the leg is going and the long end of the leg is going. Always add the long end of a leg to a short leg from your braid. So as you can see here, I'm adding another piece right now, and the long leg is on this side here. So that way all 3 legs are no longer short. They all have longer pieces now added. What's very important is that as you pull each new section onto each leg of your braid is that the colors match, because if you pull the hair too high up when you integrate it, your hair will start to turn pink or purple too soon. So just make sure that you continue to do that same technique so it's very seamless when it's doing an ombre effect. Now you don't have to think about that if you're using one plain color, and that's why you can also do that as well. But I just love the effect that this ombre hair is giving these box braids. So now just trim up any slight pieces of hair that stick out so that your braids are very neat. So as you can see, this is the gradient effect that the ombre hair allows for you to have for your box braids. And remember, the ends have to be skinnier because it lessens the weight of the braids on your scalp. These are floor-length box braids, so you don't want them consistently thick all the way to the bottom. Now we have our final section here, and what I'm going to do is show you how to actually add this braid that you just created. So our handmade box braid will be crocheted on our hair. Go ahead and take your wide tooth comb and detangle through your hair very gently, releasing any knots or tangles. Now you take your rat tail comb and you want to check out both sides to make sure you part in the middle between 2 neighboring braids. This helps you to have more fullness at the scalp without needing to braid a lot of braids. I have about 78 or so braids on my scalp, so that should give you an idea as far as how many braids you're going to need to achieve the look that you see here. Now just begin braiding your hair in a simple braid without adding any braiding hair to it. So at this point, I put on a little bit of edge control to tame any flyaways from my real hair so that I don't have any flyaways sticking out of my box braids. And this is how it looks right before I crochet. To crochet your braid, turn the needle upside down to release the latch and insert the hook at the opening at the top of your braid. So this is how you should look at this part. Now insert the hook through your hair with the latch still down. Once you insert it fully, grab the small end of your braid you just attached, close the hook, and then you're gonna pull the latch through your braid. Make sure that the latch is already secured before you pull it through so it doesn't hook any of your real hair. Now continue to pull the small end of your box braid through, and then once you do that, you can tighten up the crochet braid at your scalp. One little hack I want to show you to make your crochet braids look extremely realistic is to make sure to open up the loop at the very top of your box braid. Once you do that, you're going to insert your crochet needle, and then you're going to grab your real hair to pull it through. This technique really helps to make it look like you truly box braided from your scalp. And this is the technique that I did for all of my braids so that I can install them very quickly and very easily. Now when I turn it in all directions, you can see how seamless it looks at the scalp right before I finish crocheting the rest of the braid. So you're going to insert in the next available space on the braid so that you can grab your hair and pull it through. Every time you insert your crochet hook, always have the latch down. And then every time you pull the crochet back through your braid, always close the latch. That's the easiest way to remember to close it or open it. Now, I want to show you another hack. What you want to do is insert your hook as far down as you think your braid goes, and you're going to weave it in and out of your box braid. This allows you to install your box braids in literally seconds because this is extremely fast where you don't have to actually go back and forth. You just weave through your braid, pull your hair through, and tighten it closed. And as you can see, that's how quick and easy it is to crochet your hair along your box braid. Now I'm going to show you a second way to actually add your box braids if you don't want to crochet. And this is a traditional technique of box braiding. You still prepare your hair in your hands the same way, and you want to make sure all of your hair is in one leg. For extra security, you can split your real hair into 2 sections and braid it. But for this style, I wanted to keep it in one section so that it's very consistent with the way that the other box braids look. So then you continue rotating one leg over the other to continue braiding and integrating your real hair. If you want to learn step-by-step details on how to box braid, I highly suggest that you purchase my box braiding DVD from howtoblackhair.com. One trick that I like to do when I'm braiding my hair is that I always smooth with my fingertips so that I have no flyaways. Now, in the event that you actually have a lot of flyaways, I suggest that you grab a little bit of edge control and lightly smooth it on the ends of your hair as you're approaching the ends of your real hair when you're braiding. So that way you don't have to add a lot of product to all of your section. You just add it to the very tips of your real hair so that it can blend with the braiding hair. So now if one of your legs is a little too short or thin for your liking as you near the bottom, always share hair from a neighboring leg. So that way all legs of your braid can go to the bottom. I already added my 3 small pieces of braiding hair to the end of my box braid. And at this point, I'm gonna show you a hack that you can do to continue to braid from your scalp, your floor-length box braid. All you have to do is clip the braid onto itself so that you can continue to braid going all the way down. So of course you may have initially thought, this is impossible. There's no way you can braid your braid from your scalp all the way down to the floor. And I'm here to show you that it is possible. And in order to continue to braid, all you have to do is readjust your braid as you see here. So I just release my clip, I lift the end of my braid a little higher and I clip it onto itself so that I can continue braiding down to the bottom. Now remember, as I mentioned, the ends of your braid need to be thinner than the top of your braid because these braids may get a little bit heavy, so you don't want the thickness consistent. You just want to make sure that your braids are seamless when you're finished. And remember, you want the ends to be a little thinner so that it reduces the weight. Thank you so much for watching my creative box braids tutorial. I love doing these videos and I want to continue doing so I need your help. Subscribe and thumbs up to support this channel. My channel has 420,000 subscribers and my goal is to get to 500,000, which means we are almost there. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next and turn on notifications to see my next video. Hey everybody, I just launched my brand new course called How to Start and Grow Your Online Hair Extension Business. Check out the link below to get started.